Hello everyone and welcome back to SAR11 Universe. I am Jitch and this is ECW.
Following contest is scheduled for one fall. Approaching the ring from Calabria, Italy, weighing 227 pounds, Santino Marella.
Well, this one is all about finally getting that big W for one of two people who have never picked one up. Santino Marella is going to go one-on-one with MVP, but there has been a bonus stipulation that I can't actually believe, I've got to say, but it is what it is. MVP has stated if he cannot beat Santino tonight, he quits. He has said that it is do or die. He is not going to be the guy that gets 10 losses in a row with no wins. So if this is his 8th loss, he's out the door. He quits. 1 second. That's probably going to be a bit better. I was just moving the microphone a little closer to me because it was a bit farther away and I didn't want like the TV to get picked up too loudly. So we could be looking at MVP's final match. If he can't win this, he quits. This is do or die. This could be the end of MVP's career. If he can't beat Santino, he has had enough of his failures, enough of losing, enough of being a punchline and an embarrassment. You know, he almost pinned the WWE champion Shawn Michaels in the match in which Shawn Michaels became WWE champion by beating MVP in qualifying. And that has just been on MVP's back. It has been in his mind with everything else that's been going on. The fact that him and Mark Henry have never succeeded as a tag team. The fact that he has never succeeded as a singles competitor. That he just can't seem to find that it factor. So MVP now is going to try and end his losing ways. Very quickly takes control of Santino Marella. A man who has surprisingly gone toe-to-toe with both Batista and Kane in the past. Somehow, Santino Marella has not been something to be laughed at, despite his size and personality.
It'll be interesting to see who becomes the alpha male early in the contest.
But speaking of the end of things, I put out a tweet the other day. I don't think a lot of people would have seen it because it didn't get any response, or maybe people just didn't give a damn. But I mentioned basically that the way that this universe year goes. Is I base when the start and finish of a universe's year is going to be on, well, this is my plan with this series anyway, not just SVR11 in general. I kind of failed in SVR11, but my plan was that it would be what the arenas in the game are based upon is when I would start and when I would finish. So originally, basically, it was supposed to be whatever comes after Extreme Rules in this game's calendar through to Extreme Rules. Because the Extreme Rules arena in this game is Extreme Rules 2010. But then the next pay-per-view, which I'm not quite sure what that is off the top of my head, is 2009. So basically, once we reach Extreme Rules 2010, that's the end. That will be the series finale, or season finale, I should say, of SVR11. And we'll move on to W12 immediately after Extreme Rules. So we're going to be saying goodbye to some people soon. However, I'm going to try to use community creations in that, because I'm fairly certain the servers are still up. I might be wrong. I know they're not in 2K15 anymore. I haven't looked at 16 or anything like that. I might be mistaken. They might have been gone a long time ago, but I'm certain I remember going on community creations for a weird stream I did way after they took down the servers for 13. So I think the community creation servers stopped. I think the online competitive servers are down. I wouldn't know if the servers are up on SVR11 because I can't get the online access that you need in order to actually view community creations because it's not available to buy anymore. So I don't know. Community creations could have still been up on this game. It's just I can't actually see them. I could have if I was playing this on the 360, but I'm not. I will probably try to... I'm considering switching to 360 for W12 just so that I've got all the DLC and all the stuff already available at my hands. I know that I've got to pay for gold, games with gold or whatever, Xbox to gold even. but I don't really mind the idea of that so very much. I think it might work out cheaper to get a gold subscription for just like 1 month than it does for me to buy all the DLC again. I'm not quite sure. MVP is looking to maybe pick up a victory, but I'll try to get community creations for some people that I don't want to see go yet. So don't write anyone off. Vance Archer might have another year. MVP might have another year. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but I'm also not denying anything. It's all possible. Oh my god! Oh, Mark Henry just leapt in the air out of joy. I think MVP has just gotten his first ever win. He ain't going nowhere. MVP has ended his 7-match losing streak. There you go. Truly a poetic and beautiful way to open up ECW. MVP's losing streak has finally come to an end, and he's offering respect to the man he just defeated, and of course he's being rejected. What a surprise that is. Doesn't matter though, MVP, he's not quitting the business, he's still got a lot left in him, and he has finally picked up his first victory. Alright, we are back on ECW. It's time for some competition from SmackDown. And here comes JTG, one half of Crime Time. Set for singles competition against another man who feels he's got a lot to prove on SmackDown still, in Shelton Benjamin. Now again, the same rules kind of apply. You know, because I know a lot of people are probably going to see some of these matches now that they realize how close WWE12 is. A lot of people are probably going to be like, well, Shelton Benjamin and JTG aren't going to be in 12. But they could be. They could be, and that's what matters. You know, I've got plenty of create spots. That's the move of the day. They got the job done for MVP. And Shelton Benjamin, who got a cheap shot on JTG, quickly goes into the pin. And just like that, Shelton Benjamin steals a very quick victory from JTG. Not exactly a match, obviously. But Benjamin wanted to pick up a victory, wanted to prove himself here on ECW. And although that wasn't an earned victory by any means, a victory is still a victory in the win-loss columns. You know, a year from now, when people look back at the win-loss record of Shelton Benjamin, they're going to see that one extra point for this win, but they're not going to know why he got the win. And I guess in that sense, the record books, the ranks, that's what matters. That's what Shelton was going for. A quick, easy victory. And he made sure that he got it. Well, up next, the ECW champion Ezekiel Jackson issues another non-title open challenge as he continues to try and find his WrestleMania opponent. Okay, here we go. Open challenge time from the ECW champ. Non-title, I should add.
Approaching the ring, the ECW champion, Ezekiel Jackson.
Ezekiel Jackson will defend the title at WrestleMania, but he wants to find his first challenger. He wants to find someone that he dubs as worthy of a rematch for the title at WrestleMania, and it will come when someone actually beats Ezekiel Jackson in singles competition. That is what he has stated. Those are the rules. Obviously, if he goes undefeated all the way to WrestleMania, and I guess it's down to the ECW general manager to decide who this man goes up against for the title at WrestleMania. But as it currently stands, this open challenge is going to be a thing. He has issued it to anyone from any brand, since that is the rule of the title. It can be defended against anyone. Last week it was accepted by Mark Henry, who suffered a pretty tough, quick loss. This time Ezekiel Jackson came up first, so that kind of helps the opponent in this matchup. We are waiting in great suspense at who it's going to be that accepts Ezekiel Jackson's open challenge. Oh, here's a face we haven't seen in a little while.
And his opponent, accompanied by
The
the superstar
superstar.
from Dallas, Texas, weighing 270 pounds, Vance Archer.
Well, Vance Archer seems to have made himself an ally in the backstage area of SmackDown. Nemesis, who we saw debut last week on ECW, defeating Primo. seems to have taken a shine to Vance Archer. An interesting combination, but well, I don't really know why Vance Archer would need the support, but admittedly he does have a bit of a losing streak going at the moment. This could be the end of it, though. Interesting person for Nemesis to find to potentially partner up with. At least he's in his corner at the moment. I gotta give Vance Archer credit. He was very quick to take control of Jackson. This is gonna be just two big dudes wailing on each other, just like it was last week when Mark Henry accepted the challenge. Ezekiel Jackson stands completely unafraid of the challenge of Vance Archer, evidently. I should probably throw it out there now, because I haven't actually mentioned it yet, and I meant to. Coming after this episode, we may see a slowdown in uploads of Universe. I'm not sure if it really will be the case. I've been assured by Saria that it won't be. But this is her last day where she's working the job that she's at where I normally record these. We're quite busy people a lot of the time. And her reason for getting rid of the job is because she was becoming a little too busy for the job that she was going to. So she doesn't really seem to have an interest in joining me for Universe. She said that I can record it with her, but I'm a little iffy about, well, not record it with her as in like she'll just sit by and like what she normally does when we record, except she won't talk because she's not interested in like being a part of it or whatever. And like I just don't want to. I feel like that's a little strange. There's the only reason I haven't really gone through with that. Otherwise, Universe would probably be coming out more frequently. But there's just something about ignoring someone that you're sat right next to that I just don't like. So I don't particularly want to go down that route. So I don't really know what the future holds for this series. We'll do our best to keep it going. This isn't like the end of Universe. It's not dying again. Don't worry, guys. It's just that it might slow down. We haven't quite figured it out. She's certain that it won't die. As am I, to be fair. I'm certain it won't die. I'm just not sure how frequent it will be. But that's just something that we haven't quite figured out yet.
Ezekiel Jackson with power. Ezekiel Jackson is completely focused.
It's quite interesting to see Nemesis just standing by at ringside cheering on Vance Archer, this guy that he's never had any kind of allegiance or association with prior to tonight. SmackDown could really use another tag team in its division at the moment, so I guess you know, whatever works. Oh boy. The classic.
Vance Archer has had it taken to him tonight.
Oh fuck. I'll tell you what, this has already been a lot more competitive than Mark Henry versus Ezekiel Jackson was. I'll give it that. I mean, it would be impressive for only Jackson's second open challenge to lead to a victory for the opponent. It could. I've been known to mess up pinned attempts before. I'm open to the idea of anyone that accepts these challenges beating Ezekiel Jackson, by the way. It's just that I want him to be a credible champion. I want the ECW title to start to like mean something after the first two reigns. So I am kind of working towards like making Jackson a bit of an untouchable monster in comparison to everybody else that's held it so far. You know, not that Yoshitatsu wasn't an incredible monster or anything. It's just I like Ezekiel Jackson. He's not a favorite of mine by any means. Don't get me wrong. But I think he could be a genuinely good ECW champion. You know, I thought it was interesting when he was named the final champion, and they could have done something with that. Oh, okay. Vance Archer's backup has just been booted from ringside. I'm sure neither of them are too keen on that.
Vance Archer with a big reversal. Jackson goes behind.
Tell you what, it's not every day you see Ezekiel Jackson outsized by someone. Credit where due. Vance Archer was a very interesting guy to see accept the challenge, and let's say the ECW title, actually it seems like something that would be right up his alley. It's the kind of thing that he needs to launch his career anyway. The fact that he's gone for Ezekiel Jackson is quite a clever little move on Archer's part. And bringing backup has definitely helped too. Arguably Archer could have lost a little while ago, but Nemesis was right there to distract the referee just enough.
One word really describes Vance Archer. Intense. Jackson from behind. Oh, it doesn't get more punishing than that. And there's the axe handle. Jackson controlling the arm. Right on the arm. He's got him hooked. Great reversal there by Archer. Vance Archer.
Okay. You're right there, Vancey boy.
The attack on the skull continues.
I'll tell you what, when you compare this to Shelton Benjamin versus JTG, this has been pretty competitive. And MVP versus Santino, to be fair. That wasn't a very competitive match either. I'm really happy that MVP's losing streak is over. My rule there was, seriously, that if I couldn't even beat Santino with MVP, I really was just going to let him go. I was just going to put him on the inactive list and be like, well, Mark Henry, you're a solos competitor. You're a solo competitor now. I think I meant to say singles there. Hence the random S at the end. But I did try to kind of stack in MVP's corner with Mark Henry at ringside. The goal was to have MVP go over. It's just, I didn't know if I'd get it done.
Vance Archer with a big reversal.
It's a bit like this match. I had Nemesis in Archer's corner, and although I didn't fully intend for Vance Archer to win, as I say, the idea of these open challenges is that anyone can beat Vance Archer and it'd be fine. But I just want to legitimize Ezekiel Jackson a bit. I feel like to lose so fast would be a little hard on him. But it could happen. And I wouldn't be ultra pissed if it did. He's getting support. Everybody wants Archer to win.
He's bleeding all over the place. This one's getting ugly.
Oh, jeez. Apparently he just needed a little cheering on. That really got him going.
He could pin his opponent right here.
I have turned the stamina on, by the way. I don't know like what that does. I'm not really seeing anything to do with it. I thought it would be interesting to turn that on. But yeah, I don't really know what that's done. I can still run. I noticed that it was off by default, and I thought, hey, let's turn that on. Let's see what kind of changes that makes to the gameplay. Nothing from what I've seen. Unless that's why we're like slowing down so much. I don't know.
Jackson goes behind.
Oh, breast drop.
Ezekiel Jackson. Look at the eyes of Ezekiel Jackson.
It's go time for the ECW champion.
Jackson.
Oh, think that might be it for Vance Archer. He got one. Can he do the second one? Oh no. A huge move. I was really hoping they'd say the name of it there. I'm sure he's got a name for it. Well, either way, the open challengers still have not found Ezekiel Jackson a new contender for his ECW title. A worthy contender for his ECW title. The champion continues to prevail and rule his own kingdom. Who will Ezekiel Jackson face next week in the third of 4 open challenges, will we see someone defeat the ECW champion with just 2 more episodes of ECW before WrestleMania? That is the question. I don't know when that'll be coming your way, but for now, everything he does, he dominates, as his theme song says. Let's quickly see the rankings and the news and a preview for the SmackDown that probably won't be happening. I got a comment saying the reason that we're getting the same few cutscenes is because those are the beginning of storylines, and that if I stop messing with the matches, they'll actually develop into something. I want to believe you, but I did not mess with the matches for the first month, and nothing really came of a lot of the cutscenes, so I don't know. Shelton Benjamin's turned his back, and his relationship with JTG's gotten worse. Okay. That don't look like a guy that would be for the fans anyway, looking at that expression. I think those are from Raw. Shelton Benjamin has found his way onto the top 10 for the Intercontinental title. That's very interesting, actually. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Those are all the same. That would be the same, wouldn't it? I think that's from Raw. Yeah, I think those are all from Raw. And MVP went up. He got 1 win, and that's it. He's going higher in the top 10. 1 win over a guy that has never won a match, and MVP gets to go up in the rankings for that. So, match 1 that will definitely not be happening is Vladimir Kozlov versus Luke Gallows. No. Layla versus Nikki Bella. I think I might just let that happen. I might just let it book the women, just because I don't know how. So I might just let that be the thing that it does. To be honest, no. It doesn't fit in with my WrestleMania plans to have these 2 randomly face off in a contenders match for the Intercontinental title. Obviously, we've got Chris Jericho pursuing that, and I want that to carry on. So, no. And I don't even know why that would happen, to be honest. I think something to do with the rivalry between Undertaker and Orton would make a lot more sense than a random match with Jimmy Snuka, personally. But that's just me. So, I don't know. But either way, I do know one thing. It'll be a little while until the next episode of SmackDown. One match I can confirm for you, though, is that CM Punk will go one-on-one with Rey Mysterio. That was announced last week, so it will be happening on the next episode of SmackDown. It will be CM Punk versus Rey Mysterio. If CM Punk wins, then he is to be entered into the Money in the Bank match, guaranteed. But if Rey Mysterio wins, then CM Punk cannot show his face on the SmackDown brand anymore. He can go to Raw, he can go to ECW, but he can't show his face to SmackDown, not to be around SmackDown anymore. So, that's what we've got coming up. We are so close to WrestleMania. I will see you guys in the next episode. It's split up a team again. Who could that have been? Hang on a second. Now I'm curious. Who looks like they'd be in a team that isn't? I went to say JTG and then I realized Crime Time is not a thing. I mean, it might have been a mutually split one. It might not have actually, like, been the It split one. It might have been the I split one or something. I'm just not sure. Oh, yeah! Yeah, I know what that is. That's old Lexi boy. That's the gun show. Big Show and Lex Luger. Because they're no longer a team. Yeah, and the reason that's gone is because I just changed Jericho and Miz to Show Miz. Right. Which isn't spelt like that. It's Show Miz. I fucked up the spelling. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next episode, whenever that comes your way. I do apologize in advance if they slow down a bit. I'm not sure if they will, but I'm just saying that if they do, I am sorry. I do want them to come your way. Saria completely supports it. Don't hold it against anyone. We are just busy people. So if it does slow down, that will be the only reason. Nothing else. Relax. See you guys in the next episode. Bye.